Hi, my gardening friends. Welcome to Tea Time Tuesday, and I will be winding up the garden in the next month or so. It's going to be getting cooler soon in Wisconsin, Zone 5. Today I want to show you just some of my harvests, that late season harvest I have. And this is a second planting of my cilantro. And the cooler weather it is liking. It's not bolting as quick. This is my second planting of beets. So probably harvesting around October. It got warm out, so the spinach, my second planting of spinach, bolted right away, and I'm done. I don't want to plant anymore. I brought the seeds out and I decided, nope, I'm not planting anymore. My cosmos worked out good on the fence, but in between, on the outside, some of my calendula from last year, this is the calendula, came back, and I make oil infusion out of it and use it in my buddy butters, creams, healing salves. And something I learned online was that I was hoping for more orange and dark yellow calendula, but actually these lighter colored ones have more, I don't know what they call it technically, but it's stickiness to it. And that's more of the healing benefits of calendula. So I will pick later some more. Not right now. This is tight quarters. My 4x8 beds, I have 3 of them, are tight to the fence. And I picked these spots because I wanted to use the fence as a trellis, this cyclone fence. And it works out good. Kale and broccoli were okay this year. I had it hooped with shade cover. And I'm thinking the shade cover was too opaque compared to a insect covering. That seems to be a little more see-through, or voile. Some people use voile. So what happened in here, I had 8 plants in this 4x4 area covered with a row cover. There was not enough air circulation, and I was getting a lot of slugs. And I think that was the reason. It stayed very moist in here. Plus, I used straw for mulch, and I think the slugs loved it. So I got to figure something out next year, what I'm going to do. Probably an insect barrier instead of the row cover. I also planted cucumbers, and then I used a 4x4 concrete reinforcement nettle. And it worked out good, but my cucumbers did get fungus. So this is coming down any day now. My cucumbers did not do good. I'm thinking that my garden didn't do as well as it should have. I planted first. The other people planted maybe a month after me, and they got more yields and didn't grow organically than I. But I have a lot of shade. You can see I'm in shade now. Those raised beds are still in sun. Behind the fence here, I have 2 big trees that are shading the garden. So I'm guessing I don't get enough sun. Enough to feed us, but not high productivity. So that makes me a little upset. I wish I had a higher yield this year. So in my other raised beds, I am growing nasturtiums. They did fantastic using the flowers and the leaves. They have a peppery flavor, this variegated. Borage, just for the pollinators, and I use it in salads, the flowers. I pick the flowers and then put them in my salads. Another succession of beets. These are doing quite well. I'll pull one. That's a nice size beet for me. I'm happy. I eat the greens and the beet. The other thing I'm growing in here is Swiss chard. I have 3 plants of that. That's doing well. And then carrots. Again, not enough sun. You can see how sparse the foliage is. Not enough sun. And then another set of beets. So I'm going to have plenty of beets probably into November, October, and I can cover them with straw. Our maintenance man, Paul, brought me some more straw. It's across the fence here. So I'll be laying down a new pathway. This is really disintegrated, which is nice. Really, really kept the weeds down. Beans. These are my beans on the fence. Aren't they pretty? They're doing good and they're easier to pick. The scarlet runner bean that had red flowers on it are setting its pods now and the beans in there. And I'll let a few of them dry. I did not eat them this year. I prefer the Blue Lake or the Fortix beans that I have growing on the fence. These here, you have to pick, I think, younger, because then they aren't as tough, or they also have almost like a hairy feel when they get bigger. Let's see, what else? Well, oh, here's some, and there's lots of bees on here, honeybees. This is my garlic chives, and there's a lot of honeybees that love it. Now I'll pick these and use the flowers in my salads with the nasturtium flowers and the borage, and it looks so pretty. More calendula on the fence here. Next year I'm going to have more calendula on the fence. Parsley is going to seed. You can see the flower it's starting. And then I also have, what is that? Daikon radish. It did not like the heat of summer. It seems some of them are doing okay. Can you come around here, honey? I don't want to pull it because it's getting bigger. But you can see how it goes out of the ground here. The white daikon radish. Can you see that okay? So this is all daikon. And I'm guessing I'm not going to eat that much. I know I won't eat that much. Another variety of nasturtium is called Indian Empress, I think. And it has more of a blue-green, especially if it gets enough sun. Blue-green foliage, which I believe would be a little more nutrient-dense than the variegated. Peppers did fantastic this year. This one happens to be called Big Bertha. Look at the size of this. I'm going to pick one on the other side here. But that's a nice sized pepper, saying that I can pick them from green pepper to when they turn red. More parsley, lots of basil, which seems to be coming to an end. And then I'll show you, oh, I found a zucchini here that I missed. Where's my scissors? I put it down someplace. Well, I think I can twist it.
Lark, it's right in the bowl.
Oh!
Hello. Hello.
Here's my scissors right in the bowl. Now this was a shorter variety zucchini, and I'm glad I got the shorter variety because it takes up a lot of space, even the shorter one. Tomatoes. Sweet million, which got some fungus, not real bad, but it's starting. We had a period from about this height of growth to here where we had 90s, and it was dropping flowers, so I didn't have tomatoes a lot at that time, some, but not enough to share. So Sweet Million, tiny tomato. I thought I tried, I never tried it. And then this is my beefsteak, which did not do good because I had peas, sugar snap peas, blocking the morning light for 2 months. So the light wasn't getting to this tomato. It's okay. Some of you might ask, what does she have on here? These are bags from my avocados, and I don't want the chipmunks to eat them. So yes, they probably could chew through that, but they sat on the branch, bent the branch, so I'm saving that tomato. I don't want them to eat it. They could bite through it, but I think they go someplace else. Somebody else's garden where it's a little easier to eat their tomatoes. This is my Juliet. It is a bigger, here, you can see. It's bigger than a cherry, but smaller than Aroma. Good flavor and meatier than these littler ones. We like them. That's Juliet. Then my other big, that beef steak I started from seed, the small one. This one I bought a plant. And this one did better, but again, blossom drop from heat. Now I'm getting more tomatoes. Can you see them up there, honey? See that more tomatoes? Now they're coming, little late, better late than never. There's maybe 10 in there. But this one here was gorgeous. That's a gorgeous one. And again, I had it covered with this netting. And I'm going to leave the netting on this green tomato. And it'll expand as the tomato grows or ripens. And I use a twist tie. I'll have to come back when we're done filming and twist tie this together. That is, I make like a sling out of it. Here's some more with netting, a cluster of 3. So we're assured at least a couple bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Okay, I'm going to show you Big Bertha here. This is one I was waiting to pick for a while. So I also use a clothespin instead of a twist tie maybe. This one here I had a clothespin on, a little easier to get on and off. Let him get in here. Now, Big Bertha is big, but she's got more ripples in it, indentations in it, than a regular bell. But we had them for stuffed peppers, and they turned out good. Nice and sweet. Thinner, not real thick skinned. Not tough. So I will take this, put it around. Now this one here is ready to pick too. But this one here I want to get a little redder, and they just might like it, the chipmunks. So I put it around the tomato, the pepper, and then I use the clothespin to clothespin it shut. Then my zucchini, it's getting powdery mildew now, and I am not about to spray, but there's a few zucchini coming in there yet, enough for Dave and I. Back here, I have purslane, the weed. Now, some critters sometimes eat it, so I put it on this side of the fence so that it's less apt to get eaten. But this here is a wild edible, highly nutritious. With what nutrients, I don't remember, so you'll have to Google it. It's mucilaginous, so it's slimy. Very good for us. So I'm going to go on the other side and show you some of my herbs. I'll meet you over there. All the bark is working out very good over here. Remember, I mulched with cardboard and then covered it with bark chips. Dave has been spraying what weeds do pop up with vinegar, 30% vinegar as a weed killer, and that works out good. So I have peppermint here, and I have stinging nettle that I planted here. But I found a lot of stinging nettle back in the wetland, and it's wonderful. I pick a bag full every other day. I have lavender, sage, yarrow, which I made a tincture for, and rosemary, spearmint, horseradish, which we'll harvest around November. We'll dig some rut and in time to make some new fire cider. Dave and I take fire cider, a teaspoon every day, just for preventative. And then I have some thyme back here, common thyme. And today I'm picking that. Oh, it smells so good. Today I'm picking that, and I'm going to make a thyme syrup for cough and flu season. And it says Rosemary Gladstar has a recipe, and it's not difficult. You make a decoction, boiling it down to half of what you started with in water, and then after it cools down, the thyme decoction, then you add honey to it, but not when it's too hot or it'll ruin the benefits of honey. Then I have plantain in this area, newly planted seeds, so next year it should be better. And then I have oregano. Here what I'm doing is preparing this area for some more wild edibles. Lamb's quarter is going to be one, and then I'm going to take some of the purslane and put it over here too. So I'm going to have more wild edibles over on this side. Comfrey is still down over about 50 feet down this way, and it's doing well because it gets more water off the building. It all runs towards the wetland. So Comfrey's doing great over there. So that's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the update. It's probably not going to be a weekly thing unless I show you how I make the thyme syrup, or I show you the calendula infusion tincture. I think I'm making a calendula tincture, but I did tell you that already. So it's going to be slower. I hope your garden's doing well. My son was here for 6 days and visited, and he brought me some gifts. And one of them, of course, a little, what would you call it? A knick-knack for the garden. This little bike. It's a metal stake. And it spins. It's just a cutie thing. Makes me feel like back at home when we were on Scuppernong.
It was very thoughtful because you like riding a bike and it kind of looks like your bike.
Yeah.
And
it has a basket on the front, so it's very similar to my bike, and when he saw it, he thought it would be perfect for me. So thank you, Christopher, and take care. And Tracy, thank you, Tracy, because I'm sure you had some thoughtful input on this, and I am positive that she had the idea of these sluggers shoes. Love them. Thank you. Take care, my friends, and thank you for spending the spring and summer with me. I'm very, very fortunate to be gardening here in my older years and at a senior community. Take care. Bye-bye.